Hello, this is the Vid Seeker, and this is gonna be my DVD Blu-ray update for August 15, 2011. Now, the rest of the DVDs and Blu-rays that I'm going to be talking about are mostly pickups from uh, pawn shops and Walmart, and even from Big Lots. So, from Big Lots, I have The Butcher Boy, and I haven't opened it and I haven't seen it yet, but it does sound like an interesting film. And it's by the director that did the Crying Game, and I know I did enjoy that film, so this one should be kind of interesting. Next one is The Unnameable, which is like a horror film. I've only seen the first one. This is The Unnameable 2, which I hope they release The Unnameable, the first part. I know I did enjoy that movie, the first one, so let's see how this one goes for. Next one is The Demon Seed. It's kind of like a science fiction film. Next one is Born to Kill. It's an old film. And it even comes with an audio commentary, so that should be interesting. I like this old noir type of films. Mystery. Like Pulp Fiction. And the last one from Big Lots is the Sarah Silverman Program 2, Volume 2. I'm just buying it, so I'm finding them, and so I love looking at her face. I think she's real pretty. It's like a comedy TV show. Next one. This one, it was a punch-up find. It was for like $1. It's Dreamland. It's kind of like a documentary on UFOs and stuff like that. And this one was from Walmart. I couldn't resist it just on the title because of the title itself. It's Perras. I think it's a Mexican film. It says here's Guillermo Rios, but just the title, that's what got my attention, which I believe it's supposed to mean bitches. uh, or mean girls. I don't know which, because I know perras in Spanish it's derogatory for sure. It could mean bitches, like dogs, or mean girls, or it could also mean sluts. So it could mean, it has a lot of connotations to it. From this picture, it kind of I don't know. I haven't opened it up yet, so we'll see what. Maybe I'll do a review on it later on, because I know I do have a bunch of Mexican and Spanish films that I picked up, but I just haven't had the chance to do reviews on them. So maybe I'll do a Spanish and Mexican review. Let's see what else I got here. As you can see, I'm getting actually from another stack. I haven't even moved to this one yet. This one is also a Spanish film. It's called XXY. And this one is from well, all the rest is going to be from Punch Ups. It's also a Spanish film, and I did saw a few reviews and they gave it high marks, so I went ahead and picked it up. I mean, basically got them all for like from $1 to $2. That's what I paid for. And another Mexican film is called Guardianes de la Dimensión Prohibida. Guardians of the Prohibited Dimension. I guess that's as close as I can get to translate it. Looks like it's a science fiction uh, western or cowboys or something, Mexican, something like. Next one is called Veneno para las Hadas, Poison for Fairies. Sounded kind of interesting, so I picked it up. It looks like it got some awards. So, like I said, once I see him, I'll do like a Spanish film review for him. And another, this one, I think this one's from Spain. It's called Commonwealth, filmed by Alex de la Iglesia, La Comunidad. And it looks like it's like a mystery, maybe a dark comedy type of deal. And the rest are like European, and I was surprised that I found them all in just one pawn shop. They're like Euro horror films. The first one is City of the Dead. I've never seen it, and I haven't seen it so far. So let's see how that one is. And it's by Lucio Fulci. And it's put up by Blue Underground. And I have seen some other stuff, so they're pretty good. So they should be an interesting little film. And then I also got this one, Zombie 5. As you can see, they put an X across the cover. In most of the films they have this thing, is because they're selling it like for 50 cents or something like that. I wish they hadn't done that, but I guess I can just put it on another case or something. Maybe even put it on the back also. I haven't seen this film either, and it says here that it's not rated. And it's by Shrek Show. The only zombie one that I've seen is the zombie tell you real quickly. No, there's a Zombie was actually the title for Dawn of the Dead, the American film Dawn of the Dead. When it went to Italy, they named it Zombie. But then they did like a semi-sequel to it called Zombie 2. But when that film came over to the United States, it was named Zombie. So I guess this is like the number 5th of it. And like I said, I've only seen that first one, and that's the one where the guy's fighting, or the zombie is fighting the shark underwater. So that was an interesting scene. So let's see how this one goes. Let's see what else I got here. Suspiria, and it's the 2-disc special edition. I couldn't resist it. I mean, for a buck. And it's also by Blue Underground. I do have the 3-disc version, of which the 3-disc, all it is, it's got the CD soundtrack to it. That's what it is. But just to have an extra copy, I mean, for a buck, can't go wrong. At least until the Blu-ray is released here in the United States, which I hope they do. I've heard that the Blu-ray edition that was released in Italy and I think in the UK, there were some problems with it. There's some kind of like a strobing effect in certain scenes. So that's why I never picked it up. So, but I know the regular DVDs, they look real close to a Blu-ray. So it was a no-brainer. I love the music. Let's see what else I've got. Okay, this one was it's called Samurai Reincarnation. Now this one I did see it just today. And I was surprised though the amount of nudity it actually had. But it's actually pretty good for a buck. I was not disappointed. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be like a real melodrama. The way they were acting, it looked like it was going to be like a theatrical, very over the top. But as it progressed, I guess I just grew into it and I enjoyed it. And I love the lady that plays the Batgirl in this film. She's beautiful. And she does have some nude scenes, which I think she's the only one that gets naked in this film, actually. But yeah, she's beautiful. Even in her weird makeup, she looks beautiful. Next one is Le Cousin, which means the cousin. I haven't had a chance to see it, but it looks kind of sounds like it's a French film, but it's all Chinese or something. I don't know. So I picked it up anyways. And next one is Assuming, and it's the 2-disc collector's edition. I know I saw it a long time ago, and I can't quite remember what it's really about, but I know I liked it. So I need to re-see it now that I have this version. But it does look like it's an interesting film. And it's got a bunch of features to it also. Japanese language, English language, special features. So, let's see how that goes. Next one is Gunhead. Now this one is more like a kid's film. And it looks like something from the 80s. I didn't really look it up when it was made or anything. It's put out by ADV. Which I know I have some of their animated films, which I guess that's what inspired the film. It's called Gunhead. But it does have its moments. I did like it a little bit. I mean, for 99 cents, can't go wrong. Next one is called Wizard of Darkness, or Echo Arak. Or Zarak? I don't know. You know me, I can't resist Japanese names. But I haven't seen it so far, but it looks like it might be an interesting film. And the next one is Satuichi, The Blind Swordsman. This one I haven't had a chance to see it, and it's actually a Blu-ray. And they had it originally priced for $7.99, but I got it for $5. So that was pretty good. Like I said, all these are all punch-ups. Punch-ups. Next one is Night of the Blood Beast. It's like one of those old cheesy horror films. What's that? What the heck? And this one I caught because of this magnificent actor Malcolm McDowell, the barber. So I think it got some good reviews, so thought I'd give it a try. See how that one is. Next one is the special bootleg edition of Bruce Campbell vs. Army of Darkness. The director's cut. I don't know if you've seen my other reviews. I have this one already on Blu-ray, the Screwhead edition. So I couldn't resist picking up this. See about that. And I mean, it does come with commentary and stuff like that. So but I give it a try. I mean, for a buck. Next one is PU 239. Now this one is a Russian film. Excuse me. I did see it like about a year ago or so, and I found it to be very a powerful drama film. It's basically this guy is working at a nuclear reactor, and this one day one of the employers does something, and the plant becomes a little bit contaminated, so they blame this guy, the one that actually saved them. And so he loses his job, but then he kind of like sneaks back in somehow, and he steals some uranium, which I believe that's what this number stands for, or what it stands for in the element chart. Um, so he goes like into the black market in order to make some money so he can support his family. And this is the first time I actually heard the term secret city, which in Russia supposedly there's cities and they're called secret cities. That's cities where they have like nuclear reactors or where scientists are based or stuff like that. So you can't find them on the map, and I think it's like prohibited to foreigners, so you can't go to those areas. So, but it's a very interesting film. So I would highly recommend picking up this film. So you see it out there, and it says here $2.99, but it was only actually or $2, but it's actually $1. And the last two films were very good too. It's called the Z Channel. Now, for you all guys out there that have all this big collection of DVDs, now imagine if you actually had to collect all of them in actual film reels, like this guy has right here. So, was this guy way ahead of his time, or what? And so it's basically a documentary on this guy who created a channel called Z, which I never heard of actually. But it reminded me a lot of like the way the Cinemax, you know how they would send you like this issue where they would talk about the movies and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me a lot like that. So, and it's like he used to show like very obscure films, and it talks about these people that would watch the channel and they would actually bootleg some of those films because they were not available anywhere. Even at that time, not even in VHS or anything like that, which I believe it's like in the late 70s or early 80s, because this guy, when he developed that channel, there was like I think barely HBO was coming on, so there was no Cinemax or anything like that. So I think he influenced that to the creation of HBO and those types of movie channels. So it's called A Magnificent Obsession, which I can definitely relate. And this is it's a 2-disc actually, as you can see right here. It's got a bonus disc, so it talks about some more movies. So now, and I know a lot of those movies have now been released on Criterion. So, but it's definitely for you collectors out there, it's a must-have. And the last film is called The House of Usher. Now this film, I think it's like from the 1920s. It's a silent film, but it's a very good film. It's a very I found it for $1 also at a pawn shop of all places. But what got my attention was when I saw this name right here, Luis Buñuel. And from what I read in here, in the little booklet that's in here, he was Luis Buñuel was the assistant director on this film. So I guess it was one of his like earlier works or films that he worked on or he trained on. It's very dreamlike. This film, that's what it reminds me. Like it's something the way a dream would be. Compared maybe to like what is that film? The Beauty and the Beast, like something like that. It only has elements of the from the House of Usher. It's not the actual whole story, but it's got elements of the story, and that's what it is. And it's a French film, and it's in like I said, it's silence, but it does have some of this weird medieval type of music, and it's narrated by a French. I think it's an actor, but he narrates it in English though, so it does have this French accent. But it's a very good film. So that's it. So this is the vid secret, and I hope you guys are having a good one out there. Show you an old magazine I found that I had stashed away. It's called Cinemagic. It's basically on making like those little films, and it's on this old independent film called Spawn, or what is it? Yeah, Spawn. I forgot the name of it actually. uh, but they go little details into how they made the film, the special effects, and it was put out by Starlight Magazine. Show you a couple of pictures from it. But I know Spawn is in the Invasion of the Spawn or something like that. Can't recall at the moment. I put a little one of those little dialogue blurbs or something, and I remember it. It just blanked out at this moment. So it's basically they're talking about doing special effects in films and all that stuff. I know as a kid I always wanted to do films, but back then there was no it was very expensive. Even 8mm in my area was not available. So, but nowadays with digital cameras and all that, and now anyways, I think this is as close as I'm gonna be to making a film. But hey, maybe someday, right? So this is the vid secret, and have you guys have a great one, and happy hunting out there.